Hey, Perry Jeffries back on here. I'm going to wait for a couple people to get back on here. There we go. If you can hear me, just please comment, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you can hear me okay. I'm going to get into part 2 of this rant. If you can hear me, give me a quick thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a like. Give me a comment. We had some technical difficulties on the last post, so we're going to repost this again. So if you can hear me, let me know. Kevin, can you hear me okay? Moot. What's up, bro? Can you hear me, O'Dang? Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hello, hello. If you can hear me, give me a shout out. Zoe, what's up, fam? Can you hear me? If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Brenda, if you can hear me, somebody give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay before we get started. We had some technical difficulties last time. Want to make sure everybody can hear me okay. Zoe, you can hear me? There it is. All right, sweet. So I apologize. The last feed, we had some technical difficulties. So we're going to get back into it and had this conversation again. So again, it's that time of year, NBA finals, NBA playoffs, and my feed is completely filled up with the conversation of who's the greatest of all time. Is it Jordan? Is it LeBron? Is it Kobe? Is it Russell? Is it Kareem? Why aren't we having conversations about this, that, and the third? And typically, I don't get involved in these conversations because I want to use my time in other ways. And no offense to anybody who wants to partake in those conversations, it's just not what I do. Because at the end of the day, regardless of who's considered the greatest of all time, they don't put any food on my table, nor do they help me grow my business or take care of my family. So that's where I like to spend the majority of my time. But here recently, I wanted to kind of bring to light something that I thought of because I look at things from a different vantage point, a different lens, if you will. I'm always looking at situations, trying to find out what is the lesson to be learned. What's the lesson we can learn here? So regardless of who you think is the greatest of all time, and this is my disclaimer, I am from Akron, Ohio, if you did not know. So I'm going to ride with LeBron James, rain, sleet, or snow, regardless of where he plays. But I'm also, too, have to be critical and look at things from a perspective where I can help everybody. So this is not going to be a slanted dialogue. This is just going to be, some feedback and some value, hopefully, that you guys can walk away with. So here's the deal. If you look at Jordan or Kobe, they both won playing in a system. If you know basketball, what offense did both of them run? Jordan ran the triangle offense. Coach Jackson ran the triangle offense when Jordan won with the Bulls. And what did Kobe win when he won with the Lakers? Phil Jackson's triangle offense. So at the end of the day, let's take the emotion out the equation of who's better, who's your favorite player. I could care less. Let's look at where success is stemming from. 2 plus 2 equals 4 in any language. And if you know me, you know I majored in mathematics. So I'm a math guy because math is finite and it is what it is. So with that being said, if these two phenomenal athletes both did not win a championship until they ran the triangle offense and then won a championship when they ran the triangle offense, then it's kind of fair to say that regardless of how talented they were, one of the main reasons that they won variables that they won, why they won a championship was because they ran the triangle offense, which means they ran a system. So understand this is that the system that you're in can actually determine your amount of success. When I do my mastermind groups through my John Maxwell certification, we do mastermind groups and we go through the 15 invaluable laws of growth. One of the topics we talk about is having a system. Ordinary individuals, average individuals can achieve extraordinary results within the right system. But most of us don't take the time to look at the systems. We don't take the time to look at the systems with respects to our finances, with respect to our health, with respects to our businesses. We're all just out here just running and going and moving and whatnot, but not taking time to develop our systems. What systems can you implement to add for automation and things of that nature? So you may be thinking, well, Perry, what are you talking about? This is the best player in the world, or X, Y, Z. Well, at the end of the day, they did not win a championship till they had a system. Now let's look at LeBron. LeBron has yet to have a coach. He's never had a coach. Not one time has he played where he's actually had a coach, but he's been able to win games and get to the finals off of pure talent, raw talent and athleticism, which speaks volumes because he's yet to play in a system. So if he's able to accomplish this off of raw talent, what would he do in a system? It would be amazing, because please understand this, without having a system in place, you're working off raw talent. At some point in time, you're going to get tired. It's no surprise that he's leading the league, if you will, in triple doubles with respects to being in the playoffs. He has to do everything. You know why? Because there's no system in place. Because when there's a system in place, you can get easy shots. You can get easy buckets. The system can actually help you develop and get into positions to be able to win and score and make sure that you're actually utilizing all the pieces of the team. That's why the triangle offense was so phenomenal. A lot of us forget about the B.J. Armstrongs and the John Paxsons and how they hit game-winning shots. But we give LeBron flack because he passes to somebody who's open in the corner after drawing a triple or double team. Well, guess what the triangle offense did? It did the exact same thing. Have we forgotten who's hit game-winning shots for Jordan and Kobe? So again, I'm not slighting Jordan and Kobe in any way. Phenomenal athletes. Utmost respect for him. But please, if before you start comparing who is greatest of all time, start peeling back and looking at the systems that they're involved in. So let me give you a classic example right here. And I shared this with my last feed before it broke up. Anybody remember Danny Green playing for the Cavs? Anybody? Danny Green? The Cavs traded him. You know why they traded Danny Green? They said Danny Green couldn't shoot. But Danny Green went over to the San Antonio Spurs with Popovich, who runs a system and holds the NBA record for most three-pointers made in the finals, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So he went from being traded from not being able to shoot to going to the Spurs and being a sharpshooter. That's the system. That's why Popovich is so phenomenal as a coach, because if you look at his teams, a lot of his starters wouldn't start for another team. But when they get plugged into that Spurs system, they win. When you look at what Phil Jackson was able to do with the Bulls as well as with the Lakers, it was a system. We're so focused on individual accolades that we're not looking at, we're not looking at the real recipe. We're looking at one ingredient. We got to look at the entire recipe, how it was cooked up to be able to win those championships. LeBron has yet to play in a system. He is winning games off of pure talent. So how can we extract from that and start adding systems to our lives and things of that nature? Okay, I'll give you another example right here. So Kevin Durant, everybody was on KD. Oh, he's going to Golden State, whatnot. Well, guess what? He went into a system. Is it not amazing with Golden State that regardless of who the player is, they can pick and play, pull out three players, bring in three players, and they all, kind of do the same thing and get the same production? It's because of the system. What's the offense that they run for LeBron? I watched one of the Toronto Raptors games when they played in overtime, and they ran a pick and pop and a pick and roll every possession, almost every possession in overtime. That's your offense. Get the ball to LeBron, let him penetrate and kick. That can't be an offense. You know why? At some point in time, you're going to get tired. So whether you're a single mom, a single dad, an entrepreneur, you work 40, 50 hours a week, you're trying to raise your kids, do you not get tired? I get tired. Best believe I get tired. But guess what? When you have a system in place, so whether it's a household system, whether it's a financial system, when you have systems in place, you can position yourself to win. Okay? So I was talking to a client earlier today out in D.C. and we were looking at their business, and we started having a conversation about what kind of systems are you implementing. And it kind of just, it went off like, so here's the deal. When you have a system, it doesn't matter if you're there, because the system dictates where everybody goes. So you should still be able to get the same result regardless of who's in those roles if you have a system. If you don't have a system, then you're depending on pure talent. And your success is more important just depending on yourself. So what I had to do when I hired my coach here recently, I had to look at what I was doing with my business. So before I get into that, let me share a personal story with you, real talk. So we talked about Danny Green. Let's talk about Perry Jeffries. So most of you don't know that I had a Division I scholarship. So I had a Division I scholarship to Tennessee State. But prior to Tennessee State, I went to Howard University and went to Howard University with the opportunity to try to walk on. Why? Because I was not highly recruited in high school. So on my high school team, and it's amazing when you see us walk in the door, I was the shortest starter. At 6'2", I was the shortest. Point guard was 6'4", then we went 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". We had 6'5" to 6'7s coming off the bench. The summer going into my senior year, a lot of folks don't know that we won the Nike tournament out in Canton, Ohio. We walked into our senior year ranked in the nation. We did end up not winning the city, and we lost our first round in the state tournament. Now, one of the reasons because of that is because we had 3 different head coaches our last 3 years, which means there was never an opportunity to implement and learn a system. We were winning off of pure talent. And when talent ran out and people weren't making phenomenal plays, we lost. So again, talent. So let's kind of stay with that story. So I averaged maybe 9.5 points my senior year of high school. And on that team, I was one of the ones who got a Division I scholarship down the road. So we tried to go play at Howard. The coach who recruited me left. It didn't work out for me. I stayed at Howard for a year. Then I transferred up to junior college in New York. I had the opportunity to play for the coaching legend. Bill Van Gundy was my head coach in junior college, the father of Stan and Jeff Van Gundy, who have coached and commentated in NBA. So he's a coaching phenom legend. And for all the years he's been coaching, he runs the same offense and the same secondary break. And I remember somebody asking Coach, like, why are we running the same thing all the time? And he said, it doesn't matter that they know what we're going to run because we're going to execute. They have to stop us. So think about that triangle offense that Jordan and Kobe ran. Everybody knew they were going to run a triangle, but nobody could stop it because of the execution of the system. Pay attention, people. So yeah, we get caught up on individual accolades and stats and whatnot, but you better start looking at the entire recipe, not just one ingredient. Pay attention. You can't make a cake with just egg. You got to have everything else going on with it too. Flour and sugar and all that other good stuff. So again, the system. So I went from averaging 9.5 points my senior year of high school to going to junior college to putting up between 23 and 24 points a game before I got injured. And even in playing with injuries, my last 3 weeks of my sophomore season, I still averaged almost 17 points a game and was runner-up for player of the year in the region. I wasn't even all city in high school. But I go to college, Division I junior college in New York, and become one of the best shooters and scorers in the region, runner for player of the year. Because Coach Van Gundy's system was phenomenal. It's about the system. It's not about the ingredient, it's about the recipe. Pay attention, please. And how can we apply a system or recipe to other parts of our lives, right? So was helping another one of my clients grow her business, and we were having a conversation, and she was like, yeah, I want to scale my business and I want to double the amount of clients that I bring in. And I said, well, is your business equipped to handle double the amount of clients? No. Well, before you start trying to bring in more clients, you got to make sure that you implement the right systems and strategies and things of that nature. So it's huge. It all comes down to systems and automation. So let me go back to kind of talking about what happened to me here recently. So those who know me know I've been a financial advisor for 15 years. And in 2017, by the end of 2017, I realized I'm going to make less money in 2017 than I made in 2016. Nobody wants to go backwards, right? So I reached out to a coach that I had a relationship with who was making 7 figures. And reason being, I'm going to go to someone who has a track record of success to get advice when it comes to my livelihood and my ability to take care of my family. Everybody cool with that? Just a little side note. Okay. I'm not going to go to somebody who's struggling and broke to learn how to be successful. I'm going to go to somebody who's been through that and has reached a certain level of success and learn from them. So circle back. I hire my coach. And what the first thing he had me do was look at my business. look at my business, and we implemented systems and automations and things of that nature so that I have more free time, and not more free time to lay around and sleep, but more free time to focus on things that I have expertise in and I enjoy doing, where I can bring the most value to people. So we put in automation, and also too, he equipped me with the comfort to be like, you know what, Perry, you can't do everything. You can't do everything. The time to take my hand off the wheel and start to hire a team. What that sound like? It's not the ingredient, it's the full recipe. So now I'm able to hire a team, which now allows me to be a better financial advisor to my clients, because I'm not spending my time doing some of these other activities that I can now have my team do, right? So you put the right players in the right places. System, triangle offense, championship. That's why so many championships for those individuals. Not necessarily a better player, greatest of all time, but what systems do you implement? Okay, so that's what I just want to share with y'all, because I know this time of year, everybody's going to be blowing up the feed. Who's the greatest of all time? Who's better? Who's that? At the end of the day, I'm not concerned about that. Why? Again, because they don't feed me. They don't put food on my table. They don't pay any of my bills. They don't help me build my legacy, my family, not helping me grow my business. But I love watching the best of the best compete. And also, too, I look at it from a different vantage point. What is the lesson I can learn? And the lesson I've learned, and what many of us are missing, is what systems are being used. So if you take away anything from this, take these couple points away. One, the average person can achieve extraordinary results within the right system. Little old me, averaging 9 points a game in high school, go to put up 20, 24 points a game in junior college and be ranked one of the top two guards in the nation and runner-up for player of the year in my region, because I was in a different system, a system that had been around for decades. Okay. Also, too, what I want you to take away from this is not the ingredient. So many times we're focusing on the one ingredient. Start paying attention to the recipe. It's the recipe. Success is a recipe. Last but not least, when you're looking at systems, look at the systems and find systems that you can input into not only your personal life, but your financial life. What systems can you implement into your family finances? What systems can you implement into your businesses? What can you do? What systems can you implement to make you more productive, so that you can focus on your strengths and have the right systems in order to be able to have other people come in and focus on their strengths. One of the reasons my wife and I have had a successful 1 year of marriage is because we looked at our strengths and our weaknesses, and we didn't say, well, it all depends on me, it's just the ingredient. No, it's the recipe. And we created a solid recipe around our family and growing our wealth and supporting our businesses and things of that nature. So that's what I want you all to think about, is while you're looking at the NBA Finals this year, cheer for your favorite player. Cheer for your team, by all means. But start looking at it critically and paying attention to what systems are being involved. All right, Perry Jeffries here, entrepreneur CFO. Had to get a quick rant in. I haven't ranted at y'all for a little bit. I'm sure I'm going to get some flack and some feedback on these comments, but I wanted to make sure that when I speak to you guys, that I'm giving you some value and something you can walk away from. So it is what it is. I wish you all the best, and I hope and pray that you can listen to this entire video and really, really get some value out of it. All right, peace.